Good morning, Arthur Offerty, ASNI-TV. Now, after 6 years, those corrupt doctors, solicitors and lawyers have colluded together, so my case against 7 corrupt doctors from the Belfast Trust and the Northern Trust would fall through. Now, I took my case to court for compensation despite those corrupt doctors telling lies about my illness. These doctors, with the full backings of 2 corrupt solicitors and 4 corrupt lawyers, these scum committed perjury in court. I reported those legal scums to their bosses, the Law Society and the Bar Council, but nothing was ever done. It was a complete whitewash. Now, despite all their lies, I still won my case for compensation. Now I am ready to pursue those corrupt doctors to find out why they told lies on me and who told them to do it. These doctors refused to diagnose me with my illness. Now, I had to travel to Liverpool to see a specialist doctor in Liverpool to get a proper diagnosis. He diagnosed me with asbestosis after 2 days of tests. Something these 7 doctors here in Belfast refused to do. I wonder why. Now, 2 doctors were from the Mater Hospital, 2 doctors from the City Hospital, 1 doctor from the Antrim Area Hospital, 1 doctor from the RVH, and 1 from the Belfast Trust. This person was their medical director, Dr. Tony Stevens. I want those so-called doctors charged with wrongful diagnosis, malpractice, telling lies, colluding with corrupt legal team to commit fraud, as well as stealing from the public purse. Now, I have lodged my papers in court way back in 2009. And these corrupt scum have done all in their power to make sure that my case will never reach the courts. I have done everything legal and above board, while these corrupt people have broken every rule in the book to achieve their ends. And they have the backings of the Belfast Trust, the legal services in Franklin Street, who are employed by the Belfast Trust, the Law Society, the Bar Council, who made sure that no legal firm here in Northern Ireland would take my case on. So I cannot get legal representation to take my case to court. So much for my human rights. I have been advised by a lawyer who I know very, very well, and an honest man at that these people are adamant that my case will never reach the courts. He has been at meetings where my case was brought up, and at that meetings there was judges from the High Court. So you have to wonder what is going on here behind closed doors. He told me it looked like a lynching mob, and he strongly advised me to take another route because these people were out to get me, and it goes right to the very top. Now, I know myself that a corrupt judge, Ivan Bell, has gone out of his way to help these corrupt people. I reported him to the Lord Chief Justice Declan Morgan and the Attorney General John Larkin, but nothing was ever done about it. I wanted my case brought to a court in the UK, but the Lord Chief Justice Declan Morgan and his old pal John Larkin went out of their way to block it. You have to ask yourself why. A simple case against corrupt doctors who told lies about my sickness would involve the whole of the corrupt legal system in Northern Ireland, and why the Lord Chief Justice Declan Morgan and the Attorney General John Larkin don't want my case heard in England. Now, I wrote to these 2 to have a face-to-face meeting to ask those very questions, but the reply to me was that they do not meet members of the public. Someone should tell those 2 pipsqueaks that they are public servants and I am a member of the public, and they are paid out of the public purse and paid well. I want to ask both these public servants why they are taking such a keen interest in my case. I already know why, and they know that I know why. But I would like them to grow a pair and have the courage to tell me. On the advice of my lawyer friend, I would not give those corrupt, motherless scum who run the corrupt legal system here in Northern Ireland, also those two corrupt beings who run the courts, calling themselves two Catholics. What a joke they are. And their corrupt friend, the ex-doctor from the Belfast Trust, who is now a judge, Judge Evan Bell. The pleasure of attending their sham of a court, and I have told them in no uncertain manner where they should shove it. I have now been in contact with the GMC in Manchester, wanting my case against those corrupt 7 doctors to be heard by the medical board. At least I will get some justice there. And I have also wrote to the European Courts of Human Rights, advising them of my case and how I have been treated by the complete medical, legal and court system here in Northern Ireland. Now let me tell those two corrupt individuals, Declan Morgan and John Larkin, that I have not gone away. I sorted my father's murder out after 40 years with no help from any government agencies. Now I will concentrate on you two. It's not hard to know why the Queen honours certain people in Northern Ireland with titles such as Sir, Lord, Lady, Baroness. They are offered these awards for services rendered forcing British policies on Irish people. Shame on you all. Any members of the public who have come in contact with the corrupt people I have mentioned in my statement and wishes their story to be heard, get in contact with me and I will put their story on YouTube. These scum have to be named and shamed. Now, anyone who would like a tip of this story or any other of my stories can call me on my mobile 07715 921137. Leave your name and address and I will send you a tip free. Thank you. Anyone who has a story to tell me and wishes me to air it can call me on my mobile 07715 921137, or I can send a reporter out to get your story. And remember, I will tell your story as you tell me. Nothing will be cut out. Now watch more of my stories on YouTube, ArthurRafferty.com, YouTube Arthur Rafferty, Arthur Rafferty Docker, YouTube Jackspot 2012. That is a tip of how the Sinn Féin ARA, a 5-man gang headed by their top informer, their special branch informer, also army informer, Freddie Scappaticci, brutally murdered my father. My email is YouTube Arthur Rafferty. My email is arthurrafferty1@gmail.com. Thank you for watching ASNI TV, and I will see you soon, and good morning.